Hey, what's going on everybody? Casual speedrunning here. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm essentially just going to be doing a full playthrough of the Droid Creation story mode. It's not really meant to be a speedrun. I do have the timer on screen as you can see, but I'm not really going to treat it as a speedrun. The timer is essentially just there to kind of help me out a little bit, and then as well as I guess just to prove that nothing is being cut. So I'm just going to be going through each of the levels back to back to back to back to back, ending when I beat Attic. The thing with this video is I'm going to be doing live commentary throughout the entirety of the run. So hopefully this commentary will be a little bit insightful, maybe helpful for you guys, trying to beat these different story mode levels on your own. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And I'm going to be trying to commentate exactly what I'm doing at all times and why I'm doing it. But yeah, let's get right into it, starting with bedroom. And I'm going to be skipping the cutscenes throughout as well. If you guys want to see the cutscenes, if you are more than welcome to on your own, I'm just going to be skipping through them here myself. So start off in bedroom here, and I'm going to be turning on the light right away, and essentially I'm just going to be staring at it. And for any of you that have played the game before, you probably know why I'm doing this. For those of you that haven't, keeping your light on in bedroom is essential, because the longer you have your bedroom light off, the kind of quicker your quote-unquote sanity level goes down. I don't really know what the sanity level is exactly, but essentially the longer you have your light off, the quicker it goes down. So you want to keep this on at all times and just staring at it. The knock you would have heard there is Bonnie. I've explained Bonnie's patterns and everything in previous videos, so I won't go into detail about exactly what each animatronic does. I'm just going to be basically explaining what I'm doing and why. If you do want to see kind of my breakdown of my different strats, I do have a video up as well. I'll link it at the end of this video. Maybe if I can figure out how to put one of those things that links you to a video on the top right corner there. If I can figure that out, maybe I'll do that as well. But otherwise, expect to see the link to that at the end of this video. So there's second fake for Bonnie. It's not real, so I just keep the light on. And basically, for the first couple minutes, you're just waiting for something to happen. It's not going to be too much exciting going on here. Chica usually doesn't appear for another minute. Freddy, I'm surprised. Oh yeah, just as I say it, Freddy appears. So here with Freddy, I kind of wait till I see his arm go away. You can see it on the right-hand side there. And as soon as it goes away, I swing around, hold the curtains closed until I hear the sound cue. And there's Freddy's sound cue, so I look away and look back at the light. So I know Bonnie's next knock is going to be real, so I'm kind of half expecting to shut off the light at any moment and sit down. So now we're just waiting for something else to happen here. Chica will probably appear within the next 30 seconds if I were to guess. We're at 1 AM. So there's Bonnie. Oh, and there's Chica. So they're both here. Chica and Bonnie. You can see Bonnie, the red outline there, and you can see Chica. So which one goes away first, Bonnie or Chica? Bonnie goes away. We don't have to stay sitting, but I'm just going to anyway. Chica's staying there a while, it's fine. As soon as Chica leaves, turn the light back on, and you're good to go. So yeah, the thing with these nights is that every hour is exactly 1 minute and 40 seconds. So that's kind of one helpful thing about having the timer for me, because I can kind of tell when a different hour is going to come. So like it'll be around the 3:25, 3:30 mark just because of cutscenes. Yeah, every hour is 1:40. And there's Chica. So I probably should have shut the light off there, and usually I will do that. If I'm not sure, I'll shut off the light, then go to close Freddy. But I probably should have done that there. I know the next timing will probably be Chica and Freddy at the same time, so I'll probably shut the light off next time Freddy appears. So here's the first fake for Bonnie. And now, yeah, it's a lot of just a waiting game in bedroom. Waiting for animatronics to appear. I don't think I've heard... Oh, there's Foxy. I'm going to shut off the light here just in case. I don't think Chica will appear, but better safe than sorry. There's Foxy's sound cue. Chica did not appear, so that's fine. But if she were to appear, we would have been caught with the light on and probably would have died. So there's that. Actually, that might not be necessarily true. I've noticed recently, I think this might actually be a game mechanic. If you're trying to sleep from Foxy and your light's on, I think he shuts it off. I don't know if that's supposed to be back. So I'm going to shut the light off here just in case. I'm going to close the curtain for Freddy. And there's Chica. Chica appeared, so it's a good thing I shut the light off. That's the second fake for Bonnie. And we just wait for Chica to leave to turn the light back on. Chica's gone, light's on. So now we don't have to worry about Foxy for a little while. We just saw Freddy as well. Bonnie's next knock is going to be real, so you have to be careful of that. But yeah, we're about 30 seconds away from 3 AM. We're doing fine. Haven't been stunned by Chica yet. And we haven't died, so that's always a plus. By the way, I'm not going to be bothering with any of the newspapers as well. There's the real one, so we shut the light off, sit down. Maybe Chica appears at the same time as well. But yeah, I'm not going to be bothering with any of the newspapers. There's Chica. With Chica, you can do just about anything just as long as the light's off. I've explained that in my strat breakdown video. But yeah, just as long as your light's off, you're fine. But now since Chica's gone and Freddy's there, I can keep the light on this time. Because I know Chica just left and Bonnie's reset. So there's nothing going to be killing me by keeping the light on. Like, Chica's not going to appear, Bonnie's not going to appear. So there's no risk for keeping the light on. Most timings, though, for Freddy, you do want to shut the light off. Just because you do run that risk of Chica coming in the room, but if you know she just left and Freddy just appears, then you know she won't be coming by again for a little while, so there is no risk in it. So Bonnie's starting to appear again. There's Chica. So we shut the light off, and there's Foxy. We have to wait here, though. Chica doesn't like when you're sleeping, so I'm just going to wait here until Chica leaves. I am fine. It's going to be a little bit Monka-esque, but I am fine to do this. Chica's taking her sweet time. Are we dead? No, we're not. You get it just in time. That was really bad timing. Just in general there. I don't know how we survived that. I'm going to be honest. Chica's timing sucked there because if we tried to sleep when Chica was still there, we would have just been dead to Foxy. And then Freddy appeared at the window as Foxy was there, forcing us to sleep, so... And they lingered. Like, Chica seemed to linger a longer time than usual there. Foxy as well. Is this one real? I think it is. Yes, it is. Excuse me. So yeah, we probably should have been dead there, but... No, we'll take it. We'll take living any day. So Chica's there, we shut off light, standard stuff. And yeah, really, once you've kind of figured out how everything works in bedroom, there really isn't too much that can get you, other than an awkward timing. So they're scraping for Foxy. So we're gonna have to see him one more time for sure. Usually he appears around every 2.5 minutes, so we'll probably only see him one more time. So there's first take for Bonnie. And yeah, Bonnie's always on that set pattern, as I explained in the previous video. So, don't worry about him just yet. There's that big blink I keep referring to, or just the blink. We're on a pretty good time here. 7:40 into the night is pretty good. Because it's not too long until 5 AM. We've shut off the light here, which is good. I was probably going to anyway. So we have the light off. We wait for Chica to leave and Freddy to leave. Chica's gone. Freddy's still there. Freddy's gone now. Now we shut the light back up, turn the light back on. And we know Foxy will probably appear at any moment here, judging on the time the scraping happened. And depending how this timing goes, we might be able to leave the light on. Otherwise, we'll assume we have to shut it off and play it safe. Yeah, so we're going to shut the light off to play it safe, just in case Chica decides to come in. And we wait for the wrestling to signal that Foxy goes away. There's Foxy gone. No Chica. We're going to keep the light on, but we're going to shut it off once Freddy gets to the window. because Chica's right there. And we're gonna wait for Freddy. And now we just wait for the both of them to leave once again. Chica's gone and Freddy's gone. This one's real, so we're not gonna turn the light back on. We're gonna wait till Bonnie leaves. And then we can keep the light on for probably about 20 seconds. Yeah, I'm doing fine, 5 AM. About 40 seconds away from being done the night. So we'll be good. So there's Freddy. I'm going to shut the light off once again because Chica will probably appear sometime while Freddy's at the window. Just listen for the closet door here. There it is. I was right. Once you've played this game a lot, you can kind of just guess when the timings are going to happen. It's not really that hard. So now we're at the last kind of stage of Nikki's sanity. And you can survive over a minute in this, so I'm not too worried. And there's bedroom. So yeah, once you've gotten a feel for bedroom, it's really not a whole lot that can throw you off. Other than timings, of course. So I'm gonna skip the phone call here. So now I've gone over my living room strat plenty of times before, but for those of you that haven't seen any of those videos, essentially what I'm going to be doing is pausing Foxy a lot at the very beginning, so we kind of keep that same timing between Freddy and Foxy. And basically here I'm pausing Foxy to a point where he'll be at a certain spot by the time Freddy gets to the door. And this spot that I'll show you guys in a second here is kind of, if you want to play the living room the way I play it, you kind of want to aim for that spot at the beginning. And then over time, as the night goes on, Foxy gets a little bit faster, so you have to back him up a little bit. Basically, yeah, you just pause Foxy a lot in the beginning and then kind of do small corrections as you go throughout the night. So Foxy's starting around the corner here. So it's basically this picture frame on the left you see there, and the light on the left as well. You want to be somewhere in between there at the beginning. So I'm going to pause Foxy for a couple more seconds here and then go to hide from Freddy. And yeah, that's generally where you want Foxy to be for the first time Freddy. And once you've kind of got Foxy there, the rest is kind of making small adjustments throughout the night to make sure they kind of stay in those same spots. Now Bonnie does have the potential to throw a wrench in things. He could screw you over with timings in this. That's really the only thing you have to worry about once you've got the Freddy Foxy rhythm down. Like if it was just Freddy and Foxy, you could do that. Keep Foxy in that same spot there at the night, and it's nice and easy. But because Bonnie's there, you do have to be a bit mindful of that. And once Bonnie starts coming around, you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to pause Freddy a little bit here, because he is a little bit far ahead of where I like him. Basically, so when Foxy starts appearing again, you can kind of gauge if Freddy's ahead or behind based on where he is. So if Freddy's like rounded the corner by a lot, you know he's probably pretty far ahead. I'm actually going to pause Freddy for a couple seconds here because Foxy's a little bit behind. But basically if Freddy's rounded the corner and he's like a ways down the hall, you know he's probably a bit far ahead. If Freddy hasn't even rounded the corner yet, on the other hand, he's way too far behind. So you just gotta, it's kind of one way to gauge whenever Foxy's feet isn't up. So now Foxy's there, I'm gonna leave. And so there's Bonnie's sound cues, and that's the thing you want to keep track of. So obviously you want to keep track of where Freddy and Foxy are in relation to each other. And you have to keep track of Bonnie's sound cues. You just have to. You could look through the door hole every time, but it's kind of impractical in my opinion. If you just pay attention to the sound cues and know when Bonnie's at the fourth one, I find that much easier. So Bonnie's on his fourth one now, so I'm going to go and hide from Bonnie. And then I'll have time afterwards to go back to the cameras and see if I have to pause anybody. But yeah, that's what that middle keyhole is for, just keeping an eye on where Bonnie is. I'm going to pause Foxy a little bit here because Freddy is a little bit far ahead. Not too far ahead, luckily, but I will have to pause Foxy a little bit because of that. Yeah, I find it much easier to just keep track of Bonnie's sound cues instead of looking through the door hole every time. But yeah, Foxy's starting to come here, so I'm going to be leaving pretty soon, right now. This will probably be starting to be around the time where we'll start hearing Chica. Chica's really easy to deal with, just stand up, wait for her to leave, and sit back down. Or go to hide from Freddy and Foxy, whatever. Whatever you have to do. Okay, so Freddy's just rounding the corner now, which means he's in a pretty decent spot. If he was there at, say, 5 AM, that would be a bit of a problem. We'd have to pause Foxy, but because Foxy isn't too fast yet, they're in pretty good spots. Actually, I will pause Foxy a little bit here. Don't have to pause him too much, but I'll just make sure. So there's one sound cue for Bonnie. Yeah, I keep track. I just keep track in my head. If you tune into my streams, you'll hear me kind of audibly say what one Bonnie's on as well. Like, I'll just say it out loud, like 1 for Bonnie, 2 for Bonnie, whatever. Like he's on 2 right now, so I would have said 2 for Bonnie. Anyway, once you've got Freddy and Foxy in the spot, in these spots, you can kind of just settle into a rhythm. And the thing about my timings is that it gives you time after Freddy to go back to the cameras, just so you can see if Foxy's maybe a little bit behind or a little bit ahead, or if he's in a perfect spot like he was there. So there's the third sound cue for Bonnie. I know the next one's going to be a real one. Freddy's in a decent spot. I'm going to pause him for a couple seconds here, because he might be a slight bit ahead of where I want him. So there's the fourth one for Bonnie. Now I have to think about this. So Freddy is not getting close, but I won't have too much time to check the cameras. So I'm going to check very briefly. Just see, yeah, Freddy is pretty close. And Foxy's in a good spot. Foxy's now behind the picture frame. And because he gets faster, that's good. We want him further back. So that is a good thing. And the thing to watch for Foxy as well, so once Freddy leaves and you're back on the cameras, this kind of shelf here on the left, that's kind of where you want Foxy to be. If you have him in a good spot, you want him to be there as you're getting back into the camera feed. So that gives you about, say, 10-15 seconds to kind of make sure you know where exactly he is. And then if you have to check the door hole for Bonnie, you have a little bit of time to check that. So there's one for Bonnie. I'll have to pause Foxy a little bit here, I think. Freddy might be a little bit behind where I want him to be. Yeah, that's all I have to do for Chica. She becomes a lot more active at 5 AM. Like, I think I've only heard her like twice, maybe. But at 5 AM, we're probably going to hear her a total of about, I'd say, 10 times. I'm going to make sure that that is 2 for Bonnie. I'm almost certain that's 2 for Bonnie, but I'm going to double check that. Yeah. So yeah, he has a different pose every time for every sound cue. So that's his pose for when he's on 2 sound cues. First one, you'll just see his eyes. At the very end of the hall. 2, you'll see him in full form. Third one, you'll just see his arm. And then fourth one, you don't want to see, is his eye looking back at you. Okay, so Freddy's just rounding the corner, which means he's a little bit behind where I want him. Which means I'm going to have to pause Foxy a little bit. But that's okay. That's perfectly fine. So you want to just kind of keep a half eye. I'm I'm not going to go back to the cameras. I probably have time to, but I'm just going to play it safe. I'm just going to go Bonnie, Freddy, then Foxy right away, just to play it safe. I think we have time to get back to the cameras, but I'm going to do this just in case. This will get Foxy back ahead, so we're going to have to pause Foxy a lot once he gets back, but I'm just going to do this to play it safe. I don't have time to check the cameras. I probably do. Let's see. Nope, I wouldn't have. So yeah, we're gonna have to pause Foxy a lot here. That's fine. And this is what I mean about Bonnie sometimes making these timings a little bit awkward. Just stuff like that. So once Scott's wife starts to blink a little bit there, that's when you know it's 5 a.m. So there's one for Bonnie, and we're gonna pause Foxy a lot here. I'm gonna pause for like 5 seconds. So I'm gonna pause him until Chica appears. So we have to drive him back as much as we can. 2 for Bonnie. Freddy's in a good spot. We're gonna pause Foxy for another 3 seconds and then go high from Freddy. So there's 2 for Bonnie. Freddy's going to come through any moment. There he is. And I'll have time to check the cameras again for Foxy. So yeah, Bonnie's right there. There's a third one for Bonnie, which means we won't have a lot of time. We won't have a lot of time when Foxy leaves. We might have a little bit of time to check the cams again, but there won't be a lot. So 3 for Bonnie. Foxy's there. So Freddy's just around the corner, which isn't a very good sign. Means he's pretty far back where we want him. That's the 4th for Bonnie, so we go hide. And we have time to go back to the cameras. But I think we won't really have to, because I think, if my math is right, I think that night is just about finished. That's another kind of nice thing about having a timer on. Okay. We're almost done, right? Am I dead? I might have actually screwed myself. No, we're good. We're good. A little bit tense at the end there, but hey, you know what? We did it. That's all that matters. To quote Michael at the end of the game, that's all that matters. Okay, so now we're into Office. Office, in my opinion, is the easiest level of them all once you get the hang of it. So basically what you want to be doing for Office, you want to be... I mean, you can do this strat where you look all the way down the hall to see if Freddy's there. I don't like to do that just because there's the chance of Bonnie destroying your cameras. What I like to do is I just like to check every door occasionally. I just go around, check the doors. Now obviously this could put you in a bit of a pickle with Foxy, but generally if you're careful with it, Foxy won't be too much of an issue. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can obviously check to see if Freddy's around, but I like to do this way instead. I find it a lot easier. And for Foxy, you'll see me do this too. I don't think you really have to check every camera. I do just in case the game decides to be weird and put Foxy in more spots than he's supposed to be. Generally, that doesn't happen. I don't think I've ever seen it happen, actually. Maybe just once, but I like to check every camera to be safe. And then obviously once Foxy goes away, he has a cooldown. He won't be there for a while, so then you can go around and check for Freddy easily. So that's basically what you're doing. You're just waiting for Foxy. Once Foxy goes away, you check for Freddy, and well, once we get to Chica, deal with her. So yeah, Foxy's gone, so we check for Freddy again. And so there's 1 a.m., which means Chica will appear probably pretty soon. So yeah, now we just wait. I imagine Chica will probably appear first, but I want to wait for Foxy here. If it's kind of an awkward timing like that, where they both might appear at similar times, I like to wait for Foxy first. because obviously if you're checking a door for a cupcake and Foxy's there, then you're just dead, so. Okay, so I saw 2 cupcakes in the left and middle doors. So we just check those ones first, the other one's under the poster. Which is perfect. Chica's gone, and we also deal with Freddy, so now I can wait a little while for Foxy. Yeah, that's really all I have to do. Just, at the beginning of the night, just check for Freddy right away. Let's go through all the doors. You probably have about, I'd say, maybe 30 seconds, maybe a little bit less, before Foxy appears. So it gives you time to do roughly 2 full laps, checking each door twice. I have seen Foxy appear much earlier before, so don't do that every time, I guess. That's my advice for that. But like at the beginning of the night, yeah, you can be a bit more careless and kind of check for that first Freddy right away. Chica's appearing. I like dealing with her as soon as I can. Well, for obvious reasons. You don't want her getting in. Yeah, you just have to be a little bit mindful sometimes of Chica and Foxy timings. If you hear knocking, just go deal with Foxy right away, because he's on much more of a time constraint than Chica. He's much more of an immediate threat. So yeah, it's always good to deal with Foxy first, even if Chica's in the middle of her thing she's got going on. And a strat that I believe the game tells you is you can stare at Chica to stop her. This does work. I do this occasionally, not often, but on occasion I do. Now for kind of these awkward timings where Foxy might be close by, I check all the doorways first for Chica, and then check the spots in the room. It can come in handy sometimes if you're not sure if Foxy's going to appear soon or not. Kind of get the doorways out of the way early, and then once Foxy appears, you can go deal with him, and then you just have to check the spots that are in the office, which there aren't. Well, that's half your spots right there. So you've already gotten half the spots dealt with the 3 doorways, and you check your other 4. Yeah, so sometimes awkward timings like that, you will see me do that. Yeah, now we're just kind of waiting. I have a feeling Chica and Foxy will be appearing at similar times here. There's Chica. I check one doorway here. We got Freddy. Nice. This is one of these times where I would check every doorway first, but I'm going to play it safe with Foxy. And there he is, right on cue. Because I knew he'd probably be coming pretty shortly. So we see one in the middle door. We're going to look at Chica. And we heard the other one by the trash can. Yeah, so if you're ever in doubt, just wait for Foxy. Even if Chica is coming, yeah, Foxy's much quicker to kill you. So, yeah, if ever in doubt, deal with Foxy first. Now we're just kind of waiting. I have a very good feeling that Foxy will be the first one to appear here out of Foxy and Chica. And there he is, right on cue. And obviously with Foxy you just want to pay attention to your headphones so you can kind of hear where he is. And I mean, that's another place where checking all cameras comes in handy too. If you don't have the greatest headphones, doing that, like checking every camera, just eliminates any risk of Foxy killing you, even if you get the wrong door. You're just checking every camera anyway, and you're eliminating Foxy as a threat. So I've explained this in a previous video, but basically the clock in the middle there, this clock right here, basically tells you how many more times you have to flash Freddy. So it's the minute hand you're looking at. The minute hand will start on the 1, and basically every time you flash Freddy, the minute hand will go up by 5 minutes. So it's at the 11 right now, which means when I Flash Freddy the next time, it'll go to 12, which I'll show you here in a minute once I'm done dealing with Chica. So yeah, now you see the minute hand's at the 12, and once the minute hand has gotten to the 12, that's when you know the night is complete. Just trying to get a good angle over here. Low quality does not like this clock. Yeah, you can see the minute hand's at the 12 now, which means you Flash Freddy every time you need to. So that means Freddy won't be appearing anymore, and basically you've completed what you have to for Freddy. So now it's literally just Foxy and Chica. So you skip the phone call and it goes to 5 AM. And now we're just dealing with Chica. And if you've gotten Freddy over with by 5 AM, it's literally just a waiting game. Like obviously you don't have to go for Freddy anymore. And it's just Foxy and Chica. Once you hear either knocking or Chica at the side of the wall there, that's when you know how to act. So there's Foxy, and Chica's right after him, so I'll have to go deal with Chica right away. So Chica's dealt with. Still won't be too much more I have to do here. I'll probably have to deal with Foxy one more time, and maybe Chica one more time, but that's about it. So yeah, once you've gotten it down for office, there's really not too much that can kill you. Because really, you just have to make sure you get Freddy all times you have to, which is 11. You just have to make sure you're good with Freddy, and then just dealing with Foxy and Chica whenever they appear. It's really not a whole lot to it. And as you can see, night's complete. So now we're going to be going to the basement. Now, excuse me. Well, one of these levels anyway, I won't be doing the intended strat. I'm doing a speedrun strat. And I'm just going to be generally playing it faster than, I guess, usual. So yeah, I'll explain exactly what I'm doing here for each level of basement. So for 06, they just have to walk up the stairs, try to open the door, it won't open, and then you walk back down the stairs, and then go back to the bathroom there. The weird bathroom that just happened to pop up in Scott's basement. Don't worry about it too much. But yeah, that game tells you don't come close, and you will see this guy. So you have to just basically keep the benchmark for this is to keep in this light circle. If you keep in this light circle, you don't have to worry about getting jump scared at all. That's basically the strat there. There's not a whole lot going on with this. This is where I'm going to be doing the speedrun strat. The intended strat's a little bit, not really that much different actually. I'll show you exactly what the difference is. So I get the hook first, I open the door to guitar, put the hook in, and then grab guitar. Now here's where the difference is. Normally with this top hat, you'll see this endo appear. If you try to put the hat in, you die, but you can actually do a little workaround. You can get just close enough to the furnace so that you can stick the hat in and get off scot-free. But normally you'd have to go up this flight of stairs and come back down to get rid of that endo. That's the intended strat, but since I'm technically speedrunning, it's not the strat I'm doing. And it's the same thing with the cupcake, and you can just close it from there as well. That pretty much eliminates you having to get rid of that endo. But yeah, that saves about 10 to 15 seconds, depending how well you do it. I wasn't the quickest with the top hat and the cupcake, so I probably saved about 12, I'd say, over the intended strat. But yeah, here it's just putting in codes. I've memorized the codes. It's the same code every time. But basically the normal way to do it is you gotta solve the puzzles. You'll see there were kind of drawings on the wall there. And that's kind of how you go about solving the puzzles. And this one is 2, 5, 4, 1. And yeah, normally with this endo, you want to try to put them into the other room if you can, just so you have a lot of time to input that code, but I've gotten it quick enough so that I don't have to worry about that. I can just kind of keep them on this far end of this room, and then just have enough time to input the code. And that's, yeah, that's obviously much quicker than bringing them all the way in here. For this level, there's a lot going on, so I'll try to explain it as best I can. Basically, you just want to hold W and hold W for about a minute. That's the strat. It's very difficult, but once you get the hang of it, once you get the hang of holding W, it's not that hard. Trust me. Yeah, this level's just kind of a gimme. If you do turn around, you'll get the newspaper, provided you turn around in time, of course. But otherwise, you just hold W. And you will see, like, if you go and watch my all newspaper speedrun, that's when you'll see me obviously turn around, grab the newspaper, and take an intentional jump scare. I'll lose about a minute over just beating it without the newspaper. But yeah, obviously for all newspapers, you have to get all the newspapers, right? So you have to take an intentional death. There's no avoiding the death once you've committed to grabbing the newspaper. So I mean, really don't even try. Hey, just hold W. I start spam clipping so I can open the door as soon as possible. And now for O2. Now I find this to be a pretty, well, I'd say very consistent strat. It took me a long time to beat this the first time, and it is a hard level the first time, because obviously you're dealing with 3 of those endos that move when you look away. 2 right here at the very beginning. But this is my way of beating O2. It's very consistent once you've gotten the hang of it. So you're going to be holding D, going as soon as you possibly can. And you're just going to be looking back at them at all times. Learning the positioning of the stationary endos is kind of key for this as well, just so you don't run into them by mistake. You don't go too far back. And yeah, you got the button on the left there. Press that. And you wait until the last kind of that sound, and then you wait 2 seconds. So there's 2 seconds, and this is where this guy comes in. Now he's actually a little bit far back where I want him, so I had to do a little extra adjustment there, but yeah, generally once you hear that last little creak, I guess, that's generally your signal that the third endo is far enough away so you can slip around him. But yeah, this level is definitely very difficult. I definitely don't expect people to beat it on their first try. I know I took probably about a good half hour at least, and I did it very differently the first time than how I do it now. So, I mean, don't get discouraged if you can't get it for a little while. It is very difficult. But yeah, once you've gotten the hang of it, that strat is very consistent. Now we're done with basement. Now the attic, okay, I'm not going to be explaining strats too much, I'm just going to be commentating, because there is a ton going on in attic. I could go on about attic strats probably for a whole half-an-hour video if I wanted to. Okay, so I flash creation instantly. Basically, I'm going to be closing the left side door here right away. And basically I'm going to be trying to keep this camera system on the door that isn't closed. So there's Freddy right away. A little bit unfortunate, actually, because Freddy's cooldown does a little bit, which means we'll have to flash creation, actually. That's fine. So Freddy's cooldown is... I don't know what the exact time is. It's somewhere between 15 to 20 seconds. So we're gonna have to keep a close eye on this. So he's the only one there, so I'm actually gonna close this door instead. There's Freddy. Oh, Freddy moved. Nice. That's great. Okay, we're getting a little bit unlucky to begin with here. That's fine. So yeah, I'm just switching door and switching. We're gonna flash creation here again, because Freddy won't be appearing there for a little while. And now we just kind of basically just wait for Freddy to appear again. And he's gonna go there again. So this is actually really unlucky timing. So we hear the running endo on the right hand side, so we're gonna keep this left door shut. I'm going to wait for Freddy here this time. So there's Freddy. So now we're here running on the left hand side. And basically because this guy isn't here yet, we're just going to be switching doors right away as soon as this running endo leaves. I do have to play it a little bit safe. There we go. And we're going to be switching doors again. Freddy's been giving me a little bit of a hard time so far, but we're up to 2 now. We have to get 12 to beat the level. Yeah, basically every time one of the stationary guys leaves, I open the other door. There's Freddy. So we're on to number 3 now. Creation has now entered the living room. Normally I like to be at 4 flashes when Creation enters living room, but I've kind of been unlucky with Freddy so far, so haven't really been able to. We get to 4 now, which is fine. We're still on pretty good pace. So we're going to switch this right away, and then switch the camera. So there's Freddy again, which means we're going to flash creation here. Kind of force him back a little bit. Okay. So here running on the left-hand side, so we're going to keep that closed, of course. And we're going to have to be careful. We're going to have to watch the cameras as soon as... We get to flash Freddy, actually, which is very nice. But now we watch the cameras to see which one goes first. None of them are going yet, though there's the left-hand side going, so we just keep the door closed, and we switch it right away. There's Freddy again. Do we get number 6 here? We do. Very nice. So we're on 6 for Freddy. 6 more. And we heard running on the right-hand side, so we're going to switch that door again. We're going to flash creation here because Freddy just appeared there. So keep it on the left-hand side. We see nobody yet. And now we wait for Freddy. There's Freddy, number 7. So we're doing fine now. On pretty good rhythm here. We might be able to beat this in under 45 minutes. We do have to get lucky with Freddy, though, of course. And we don't. But I don't have time to flash creation, so I'm going to hold on to my flash. So we're on 7 for Freddy. So I'm not actually in a very good position here. And the reason is creation becomes much quicker once the further he gets up. And so basically, if you don't flash Freddy, you have to be flashing creation. Because creation will be basically the same speed as your flash cooldown. So here running on the right-hand side, which is good. We get Freddy for a 9th time. We're doing good now. So we're on decent pace, I think. So now we make sure left doesn't go. So right-hand side is going. And we flip it now. And if we don't get number 10 here, we're going to flash creation. And that's a good flash, because if creation gets up to attic before I'm done 10 flashes, there's basically no way of beating it. You can beat it, but it's going to be very, very difficult. So I'm fine with taking that flash on creation. So there's Freddy, we get number 10, and now we can let him get to Attic. So we don't have to worry about the right-hand side, he's not there yet. In fact... Okay, so there's Freddy, which means we are going to wait for creation here. Because Freddy isn't going to be appearing yet. And creation is much quicker, of course, so have to make sure we keep him back as far as we can. And there's Freddy anyway, so that was a good flash. So now we just keep a very close eye on these endos while we wait. So if you can get a flash on Freddy here, that's awesome. If not, no worries. You can just flash creation if we run out of time. There's Freddy, so we're not number 11. Am I dead? No, I'm not. I thought I might have been dead for a second there. Okay, so we have to flash creation. We hear running on the right. We have to flash creation, that's fine. Keep it on the left. Right is going anyway, so we just keep that door closed. Left hand side. We switch up. Now we look for Freddy. If we can find him, that's great. If not, no worries. If we don't find him soon, we'll have to flash creation. We will have to flash creation here. That's fine. He's probably not there. Okay. I have no idea where this guy is, actually. In that case. He left. Is he there? So he should be in bedroom. He's not in bedroom. I have no idea where this guy is. It's a little bit problematic. Shut the right side. He's not appearing, so we have to flash creation again. I have no idea where this guy Freddy is, actually. A little bit worrisome. But it's fine. Just gotta keep our cool and flash him one more time. That's it. This guy just decided to take a vacation, apparently. There he is. So we have to flash creation. I'm okay with that. We do have to get him soon, though. This is getting a little bit problematic. Where is he, man? There he is. And so we've beaten Attic. And we beat him just under 47 minutes. So yeah, that wasn't very good RNG for us there in Attic. Freddy kind of hung us out to dry a little bit at the very end there, but managed to keep our cool. Flash creation when he was about to enter. And we just, yeah, kept our composure, and we managed to do it. And there is the droid creation story mode. And, oh, I said I was going to skip the cutscene, so I'll just go ahead and do that.
Mommy, Daddy's coming out of the house!
So yeah, that's the thing with Attic. I know, obviously in a speedrun setting you want to be flashing Golden Freddy as much as you can, but if you're just trying to beat it, play it ultra safe. If you're unsure if Freddy's going to appear or not, just flash creation if he's at a spot where you can. And just play it safe that way. See, I had to flash him. I'll have to look back and see how many times I flashed him. I'll put it on screen here, actually. Go through editing and put that on screen. Yeah, I had to flash him a lot there just because Freddy was not appearing on the cameras. And there's really nothing you can do, unfortunately, if he doesn't. Just have to flash creation, wait for Freddy, hope he appears on the cameras soon. But yeah, that is the droid creation story mode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned a little something from this. Kind of maybe picked up some tips for your own attempts through my kind of live commentary there. And I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.